Today on Christine's hair we put in a little bit of anti-gravity lotion, which is an amazing product and what got me onto Kevin Murphy while I saw them at the ABA. It's an amazing product that contains lavender water as well as grapefruit extract, which is great for the scalp. It's very regenerating of the cells, so basically over time when you use certain products, they actually clog the pores or the follicles of your scalp. This one actually promotes healthy hair growth by regenerating the cells that come to the follicle. Also it has honey, which smooths the hair, and this product has the most amazing shine in the entire world, and it's still very light in the hair. It has, that's why, anti-gravity. Nice, voluminous hair, very light. You can apply a little or a lot, and it's still weightless. It's an amazing product. So after we've prepped your hair with that, I'm going to now blow dry it until it's 100% dry, and we will begin the Screen Siren look. So it's a look of the 40s with nice 1940s waves. We're going to modernize it a little bit for the now. So we're not going to be putting any curls right on the root of the hair. We're going to focus more on the length, and that's what's going to modernize it for us. And at the very end, I'm going to fluff it up a little bit to give it a more editorial feel. So now you have to make sure that the product and the hair are perfectly dry on the hair. It can't be wet, because if the hair is not dry and you try to curl it with heat, what will happen is it'll just revert back to its natural shape, and Christine's hair is very straight. So you want to figure out your part. Christine wears it on a deep side. And she has bangs as well, which I'll explain in a short while. So you want to part the hair into 4 sections. The sides, and then 2 sections in the back. If you want to part the hair in the middle, that's okay as well. You would just part first the center front all the way to the center knee, and then you would part your sides. And you can also see the luster and sheen of the anti-gravity lotion. It's amazing. The hair will have a slight gritty texture to it. We really want that, because that'll help us give us the body of the wave. It'll help us get an ample wave in the hair and a brilliant shine. So right now we're going to start with Christine's right side. And I chose this side because it is the part which has the most hair. If you would be starting in the center, you can start on either side, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And I'm going to part it here. You want to have an equal amount of thickness to each section, but at the same time, I want to make sure that the waves line up. So on this side, if my wave in the back is going to be here, my side wave, or maybe a little bit lower, my side wave should be starting at around the same time, same place. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that these 2 sections are going to match up with the back 2, because she is on a side part. I'll have this extra section to roll. If you're doing just the center parting, you would do the same thing, but you would just have a larger section here. So maybe you might have a larger section than I'm going to have in this area. I'm going to have about this section, but if you were to do a center parting, maybe it would be about here. So now you're going to take your top section, and I'm going to have a bit of drag on the hair, meaning I'm going to leave a little bit of it out, because I don't want the front to be too curly, too wavy, the waves to start too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my iron from the root. And you want to use a smaller sized iron. You don't want the iron to be too big. The idea is to have a tighter curl in the beginning, and that'll heat up the hair and allow the hair to remember a curlier state. Sometimes I like to go over the surface of the hair just to heat up and flatten any of the little frizzies. Then you're going to go underneath, over, and you want to make sure that you ribbon the hair over the wand. You don't want to twist it. And these little hairs here that are popping out are from the bangs. That's going to be okay because we're going to do a modernized wave as it is. And as well, the heat of the other hairs when I roll it over the roller are going to heat up the ends and allow them to smoothly curl towards the wave. You want to hold the iron for about 30 seconds, and that will make sure that all the hairs are heated from the inside out, and that'll help you get an evenly heated wave. And also, what I like to do sometimes is I like to hold my fingers on top of it and I feel the hair. Once it gets hot, that means that it's ready. Now I'm going to be using a Kevin Murphy roller. And you don't want to brush out the wave too much. There are little teeth on the roller, which makes it very easy. I'm going to wrap the ends around, and then you slowly move in. And these little pieces that are hanging off, you just grab them and bring them in. You can lock it in like this. You can even twist it and lock it in an X shape. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take my next section. You can comb the hair here if you want, if you find that it's needs a little bit of combing. I find that it's okay. And take it under, always hold your wand horizontally, it's very important. Make sure that you're holding the wand the same way, which is horizontally, in every single section. That will allow a nice even wave throughout the whole hair. You want to wait 30 seconds. And I hold it about a 45-degree angle. You don't want it out at 90. You hold it more at a 45. They're bigger sections, so it's harder to tell, but that's about your gauge. Now you want to heat it up for 30 seconds about. Make sure that it's evenly distributed heat throughout the curl. I like to touch the hair to make sure it's hot. One of our trusty rollers. These rollers are amazing because they're very easy to use, and it allows your hair to set in the perfect wave for the screen siren look. You don't have to cross the hairs, across the springs. So you remember you want to keep it at around eye level. It is going to go down a little bit because we did take a slight diagonal back section. I'm going to move over to this section. And you want to follow the pattern, right? You want the waves to sit at around the same area. So what you're going to do is you're going to match it up. You're going to match up the line. But since we went diagonal back here, we're going to try to go diagonal forward here. And we're keeping in mind the side is going to be split in two. So you're visualizing that line. So one thing that's very important is when you're blow drying, if you have a curlier texture, if you find that your hair is a little bit frizzier, it's best to do a full blowout with a round brush, and that'll tame any frizzies and any extra curl. But if your hair is straight like Christine's, you can just rough blow dry. Make sure that it's 100% dry though. Looking perfect. You can already see the hair forming the wave. It is a little bit tighter than I want it, and so what I'm doing is I'm wrapping it around this roller, Kevin Murphy roller. And that will allow the hair to set in the size of curl that I want. And the reason behind that is the hydrogen bonds in the hair. Smooth it a little bit. So it's very important to get the rollers at about the same place. So I'm just going to redo this one because I thought that it was sitting a little bit too high. Move the ends in. Slowly work your way up. The roller does, the heat will actually break apart the hydrogen bonds, and when you set them on the roller, they rebond together in the form of the roller. That's why cooling the hair is so important with anything, with the blow dries, with this set in particular, is you want to make sure that you heat up the hair perfectly, evenly, so that the bonds can reform in the desired shape. Kind of pull it, straighten it out a bit. You want to see where the bend is. And what I'm doing now is I'm setting the hair onto the roller, which is the most important part of the wave, actually, because it allows the hair to cool and set in the type of wave that I want, the size of wave that I want. And what happens is the hydrogen bonds in the hair are broken up either by heat or water. And right now they're broken up by heat, and they find each other, they're rebond. Unravel the hair, hold it around in the 45-degree elevation. And you always want to smooth the hair in as you go. You twist with the one hand, you can with the two. I prefer the one, it gives me better control. You're going to have it around the same place. Cross it over. it's on at the same place as our opposite side. Remember just to let a little bit of drag on the hair, because we don't actually, to modernize this look, we don't want a wavy root. Last two sections, just want to make sure that they are in line with the previous. You can comb the hair if you feel that it needs it. I just smooth it out, comb it through with my fingers. Hold it at around 45. And you just ribbon the hair over. Make sure you don't twist. Make sure you're always holding the iron horizontal. Unravel it, holding it at about 45. And you rotate it upwards with good control. I'm going to line it up to this roll. Last section. She does have bangs, so I'm just going to bring them in as best as I can. Remember the hairs around that piece will heat it up. And when I place the roller around, it'll still mold into that shape. Perfect, so that completes the roller set. Now we're going to let Christine sit for 10 minutes. That will allow full cooling time to allow the hydrogen bonds to rebond, forming the wave of the roller, and then we'll be able to start combing it out. Back, it's been 10 minutes. We needed the time to let the hair cool. And now we're going to start taking the hair out of the rollers. As you can see, it has a nice bounce to it. Then we're going to start combing through. I like to use a wide tooth comb. Gives me a bit of control, not too much tug. It's nice for fine hair. If it's very thick, what I like to do is use a smoothing brush. 4-bristle smoothing brush. So now we're going to be using the session spray, which has UV protection and as well firm hold styling resins that will help keep our style. It's not such a firm hold spray that you won't be able to comb through, which is amazing. It allows you to play and work with it while it's memorizing the style. So now we're going to let Christine sit for 5 minutes. Then we're going to take the pins out. So it's been 5 minutes. You're going to quickly take out the little clips. the hair bounce back. I'm going to start combing. You can use your fingers a bit. I use fingers on one side and the comb on the other side. And you've got to comb for a while. The more you comb, the more you'll see the wave. The great thing about anti-gravity lotion is it has a really nice hold. It's weightless, so it allows the hair to jump back, and the sheen is just incredible. Once I start to see the wave, I just like to hit inside the valleys. Oops. If you want, you can put your hand inside where the valley is. You can start to see it really pop out. Find the wave in the front. And we're going to start pinning right where the valley is. Make sure that it's even. And find this little wave. Clip it. Now you're going to spray a little bit of session spray all over the hair, and what that's going to do, it's going to tame all these little frizzies a little bit once you start smoothing it, and it'll give us a little extra hold to memorize this wave that we have going on right here. So now we're going to be using the session spray, which has UV protection and as well firm hold styling resins that will help keep our style. It's not such a firm hold spray that you won't be able to comb through, which is amazing. It allows you to play and work with it while it's memorizing the stuff. Now we're going to let Christine said, for 5 minutes. Then we're going to take the pins out. So it's been 5 minutes. You're going to quickly take out the little clips. Through and you'll really see the hair bounce back. Now at the very end, what you can do is run your hands through, give it a slightly more modern editorial feel, and you'll always see the curls bouncing back in their 1940s inspired screen siren. And this is Screen Siren.